All right, welcome back for another interview at Launders Lan #2. This time I am with ynoT. ynoT, how have you been? Tony, I'm going to call you Tony. Yes. I like your name better. Tony, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I think everybody's just, a little tired. We got a couple of delays, but, road bumps. That's Lan.
Yeah, that's Lan. I do want to start this off with a little bit of festive cheer. What is your New Year's CS resolution?
To start making more content. This is my year to really pump some stuff out. Just graduated. Shout out Fisher College. But yeah, it's just taking my time actually working on things I've been wanting to work on for a long time.
Amazing. Well, it's actually really funny you say that. Congrats on your graduation. Fisher seems to be accomplishing what Davenport set out to do when they started bringing in more known names and showing that studying while playing competitively is an option, specifically within NA. What is your overall feeling going through the Fisher program and the result of all that?
Yeah, I mean, the interviews are meant to be honest, right? I think that I could have done a little bit more in terms of my education. I think I could have taken a little bit more in. I think it depends on the person. I really think that if you really want to learn, you will. And then in addition to that, if you think you really want to compete, you will. So if you can balance those two things, it's a matter of actually wanting to do the both of them as a matter of just, well, I guess I will play for a scholarship, or I guess I'll do school if it means I get to play Counter-Strike. But I think I personally slacked a little bit on the education side, but at the same time, the opportunity was just phenomenal, and I was glad to have had it.
Do you think you can get what you were supposed to learn education-wise? Did you think you got enough out of that at least, though, so you're able to move forward in some kind of workforce capacity, or?
Yeah, yes and no. It was really odd because I transitioned from 3 different schools. I went to an online for COVID for the first year, and then I switched over into a different school in person with a different major, and then a different major at a different school in Fisher College for the last 2.5. So, it's hard to say. I think it's more like hands-on skills, like technical skills. I probably could have learned a little bit more about those, to be honest. But in terms of like people and sales and like representing yourself and like a brand and things like that, I think I've gotten a little bit better. But I think I still have more to learn, and I'll learn more as I go on.
For sure. All right. Well, having done casting and coaching for a while now, because this is something we're going to keep focusing on the CS side of things, is there a new route you plan to go on now that you're out of college? You kind of have, what is it? Proverbially, right. That's the word. Proverbially, your schedule is clear. What's the focus kind of going forward?
Casting and commentary, mainly, and then I want to, dabble in, I don't know what, people are looking for nowadays in terms of like talent. Like maybe dabble in hosting just to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. Analyst work, like desk analyst work would be great. I mean, like LAN is my next big goal for commentating, right? Like getting more and more of those kinds of jobs, and Launders Lan has been a very big step in that. And then other than that, like I said before, like content, that's going to be something I work on more. But coaching, I phased out of that a little bit at this point to where I know the work I would have to put in isn't really worth the passion that I have for it. I don't really have that same drive that I do for commentary or content for that. And then playing is going to be something I think I'll go back to sooner than coaching, just for fun reasons. If I have the time, I may as well just keep in the loop. Playing the game makes you a more knowledgeable person, so I think really just keeping my application to like the meta and what other people are doing is going to help me keep my brain going with it. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure. Talking about everything you've done and all the different kind of aspects you've done over the years. You've been following grassroots in NA specifically for a long time. And what about the scene keeps you working so hard day to day? You talk about your coaching and, it's not worth the passion, but what else keeps you around to be at these events, to do grassroots Counter-Strike?
Yeah, so I think I would have stopped coaching and playing a long time ago if I didn't really find projects and people I believed in, like I really enjoyed working with. I thought that I had a way forwards in order to be able to make them better. It also made me better in a lot of different ways just doing these things. So in terms of helping the scene and like trying to help it grow in whatever way that I can, it's a matter of just I see these people and I see the opportunity, and it doesn't take much, I think, in my opinion, to put something forward positively, and also to just speak your mind on some things that you don't find to be ideal, I guess. So I don't know how to word that any better, honestly, but it's really not hard when you're so passionate about Counter-Strike as is to just see your scene and the people that support you, to give them a little bit back and do something for them.
Cool. All right. Well, I do have a few questions here for you.
Sure. Rapid fire?
Not so rapid fire. I think the last one you're going to like the most. As a caster and everything, we mentioned you're trying to look for work, you're trying to get things like that done. With the busy upcoming year in terms of events and everything that are happening, what are you doing to keep your schedule kind of keep the balance to the workload on everything you're trying to do?
Yeah. So I guess without saying too much, right? I have like tentative places to cast online already, right. And I've given my availability for some of these places, and it's going to be a little bit awkward because not having gotten one back before being offered the other means that they're kind of overlapping in the way that I can't really tell where I'll be and what I'll do. But in terms of lands, those are kinds of things where I'll just make the room. I'll make the time. Like, these are things that matter to me more. There's a lot of people getting more opportunities in the scene for commentary and other things. I've been putting in my work. You know, Mark has been putting in his work, Sophie, Phi, all these people. And I think that really just showing who I am a little bit more with the content that I make, and obviously all the different interviews that, like, even like this maybe, that I do. I think I just hope that it shows who I am a little bit beyond just what is on screen or like haha silly tweets and things like that. But I guess to roundabout way answer your question with that is just that looking for work and commentary isn't necessarily easy, but trying to get the workload and work schedule balanced, like you're saying, is also not easy. So it's a matter of if I have the job scheduled, I just got to do it. Just got to wake up, get to the grind.
Amazing, yeah. All right. You mentioned this is the second time you're at a Launders Lan. And what do you enjoy about the LAN culture that's started to pop up since COVID and we've kind of come back, more Fragadelphias, that kind of stuff? What do you enjoy about that LAN culture?
So I think it's like a double-edged sword in a way. It's like meeting all these people, right? Like, remembering names is always hard, but it's nice to feel the skin of another human being. Like, when you shake a hand, you know what I mean.
I do. Sorry.
But like just in general, like the warmth of another human's like hand, like shaking yours, meeting them for the first time, like the camaraderie of seeing somebody that you've been waiting for months, let's say, or knowing you're going to see the same set of people every time. For you, you as an example, like when I see you, it's already on site. You know what I mean? Like, light up, dopamine rush, things like that. So
thank you. All right, last question for you here then. We had Lake here last year at Launders Lan, number 1. You were very high on him, I heard, and he's now gone on to have a lot of success with M80. Who is the player that you've been looking at this Launders Lan that you're kind of going, this is a player to keep an eye on, they're going to have a lot of success coming up?
Yeah, that's kind of hard. I didn't really do all the research that I wanted to for this event because everything kind of came out of, not nowhere, but, you know, everything with the holidays being obviously just recently and having had to work towards graduating, I didn't really have time to do anything, and it was very, very short notice relative to lands otherwise, where it was kind of like, you're working this now in a month and a half, 2 months. But I guess a cop-out answer, because I should have been a little bit more on the ball with names. I think I just look at NRG right now and see that this is the event that they should be going into and doing some serious like damage to everybody that they come across. I don't think it's a matter of like up-and-coming players for me yet, but that's something that'll evolve over the course of the tournament. I'll be paying attention to that very closely and hopefully having an answer by the end, like 100% before anybody else can be like, that's my guy, you know what I mean? I want to be the guy who's like, I've been saying that since day one.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I would shake your hand. My hands are full, though. Thank you very much. That's going to be another interview from Launders Lan. Have a good day.